So let's talk more about the addition of linear expressions. Here is our linear expression, 4x minus 3. And we can add 3 to that expression, and we know that negative 3 plus 3 is equal to 0. So 4x minus 3 plus 3 is equal to 4 times x plus 0. Notice again, when we add or subtract the constants of a linear expression, the coefficient of the variable x does not change. So here is our linear expression, 4 times x plus 0, which is the same thing as 4 times x. Notice that 4 times x, or 4x, is the same as adding x together 4 times. But we do not have to use the multiplication sign when we're multiplying the coefficient times the variable. If x was equal to 2, then if we add 2 together 4 times, it's the same thing as 4 times 2. And we do use the multiplication sign when we're multiplying two numeric values. So here's our linear expression, 4x, which is the same thing as 4x plus 0. If we take that 4x and add 3x, look what happens. Notice we've added x together 4 times, and then to that we will add x together 3 times. So what do we have? 4 times x plus 3 times x is the same thing as adding x together 7 times. So we can add the coefficients of the variable together. 4x plus 3x is equal to 7x. And notice, that's the same as 7x plus 0. So remember, when we add or subtract the coefficients of x together, the constants do not change. So we can take our 7x, or 7 times x, and add x. That's the same thing as 7x plus 1x. Now remember, 7x is the same thing as adding x together 7 times. And to that, we add x 1 more time. So 7x plus x is the same thing as adding x together 8 times. So 7x plus x is equal to 8x. And notice that's the same thing as 8x plus 0. So remember, when we add or subtract the coefficients of x, the constant does not change. So let's take our 8x and subtract 3x. Well, remember, 8x is the same as adding x together 8 times. And if we take away 3 of those x's, then we're left with 5x. So 8x minus 3x is equal to 5x. And remember, 5x is the same thing as 5x plus 0. So remember, when we add or subtract the coefficients of the variable, the constant does not change. We can take our 5x and subtract 6x. Well, we know that 5 minus 6 is equal to minus 1. So 5x minus 6x is the same thing as minus 1x, which is the same thing as minus x. And remember, that's the same thing as minus x plus 0. So again, no matter how we add or subtract the coefficients of x, the constant does not change. We can take our negative x, or minus x, and add to that 3x. We know that minus 1 plus 3 is equal to 2. So minus 1x plus 3x is equal to 2x. And notice that's the same thing as 2x plus 0. So again, we can add or subtract the coefficients of x without changing the constant. Here's our 2x plus 0, and we can add to that 8. We know that 0 plus 8 is equal to 8, so 2x plus 0 plus 8 is equal to 2x plus 8. So notice, adding and subtracting the constants does not affect the coefficient of x. Adding and subtracting the coefficients of x do not affect the constants.